What do you think is the greatest power the world government has? Is it its resources? Or is it its military might? Or is it its vast intelligence network? Sure, all of these are formidable tools at their disposal, but in a sea with four other empires who rival the world government's military might, resources, and intelligence, are these things truly what gives the world government an edge over the emperors of the seas? I think not. What world government has going for them is a narrative. Might makes right, yes, definitely, but being seen as right gives might too. World government has more than 170 countries under its banner with the promise of protection and equality. It has a hold over the known world, barring the triple seas of the New World where the pirate emperors hold influence. But why is that? If the emperors are as mighty as the world government, why haven't they conquered the world? The simple fact of the matter is, world government doesn't just conquer through violence and bloodshed. They promise the kingdom safety and security and have a narrative of 800 years to support their flimsy promises. For an emperor to conquer however they like in all four seas, they will be met with unending resistance because they are just filthy pirates. And to fight endless wars, however mighty the emperors might be, would be a big strain on their resources. Hence, the dominion of the emperors is mainly concentrated in the sea that matters the most, the sea that has one piece, the New World. So, summing it up, world government good, pirates bad. The countries below the world government don't bend their knee to the world government's military might, but to the false narrative of 800 years that supports world government's morality and its justice. To all the countries, no justice is worth being subservient to cold-blooded tyrants that are pirates. With all this being said, we as the readers know that the world government isn't any better than the pirates, that their empty throne is built on the corpses of their victims, piled together higher than the Red Line itself. And once Luffy reaches Raftel and learns the true history, the world will be enlightened to the truth. Nations like Dressrosa, Fishman Island, and Alabasta will be privy to what the Straw Hats discover at the ends of the world, and it is unlikely that the information stops there. The ripple from Raftel will spread and set off more ripples that will eventually reach every corner of the world. And what happens next is something we're quite familiar with. Dressrosa, in many ways, is a microcosm of the One Piece world. A false king who came into power through murder and deceit, and his throne ensured by a history he wrote, and the men he erased from that history while writing it. This is a very obvious parallel to how the world government came into existence and how it operated over the past 800 years. And just like what happened to the Dressrosian populace when they were subjected to the truth of their land, the world at large will be engulfed by flames of rebellion once the secrets of the world leave the shores of Raftel. Now, how do you think the world government will react to this? Wage a war and suppress this rebellion? No, if they did that, they'd have nothing to rule over except bones and wastelands. The gods of the world need a world to be the gods of. The world government will do something they've already done in a distant past of 800 years ago, which is erase history. The world government will want to recreate the void century, and if they succeed, the world will come out of it blissful and aware of the turbulence of the previous decades. The great age of piracy, men like Roger and Luffy, and everything that led up to and followed the discovery of One Piece, all wiped out from history. A complete reset of everything, and the dawn of the world never to come, the world will remain in darkness, absolutely oblivious to the true history of the world. This is if the world government succeeds, which it will not. In the words of Goldie Roger,
受け継がれゆく意志、時代のうねり、人の夢。人々が自由の答えを求める限り、それらは決してとどまることはない。
as per how the world government will erase history, it would be too speculative of me to say anything. I'll leave the speculation to people more creative than me. With this essay, I just wanted to highlight the nature of the world government and present a small but important theory with said nature in mind, and I hope I did it well. Thanks a lot for watching.